Good morning, guys. Ninth try is the charm. Okay. I keep starting these and then keep going down little wormholes of information. I don't think y'all want that. I think y'all want the meat and potatoes. That's what I want to give you, so you can take this information, apply it to your life, and hopefully see results. Okay. So a guy walks into my office and he says, "Will, I want to lose weight." I'm like, "Great. This is the place to be. I'll help you do that." He walks in, he's 5'11", he's 206 pounds, and he is 32 years old. First thing, regardless of what your goal is, whether it's to gain weight or to lose weight, I look up your lean body mass, or an estimated lean body mass. Well, I do two things, actually. I look up your lean body mass. So this is the weight this person would be. It's the smallest they can be, right? And still be a functioning person. So I look that up. I know, all right, he can only get as low as 137 or 150 and still be functioning, still be a human. I find that on, it's calculator.net, but you can just Google lean body mass calculator and you can pick any of them. Then the second thing I do is I take measurements, or ask him to. I measure a few data points. I do, neck down to your calves, but you do whatever you're comfortable doing. So I've weighed him, I've taken his lean body mass, I have measured something, okay? Then he says, "Will, I want to weigh 200 pounds, okay?" His goal weight's 200 pounds. So all I do, he weighs more than that. His goal weight is 200. So I say, "Okay, I want you to eat that in grams of protein, okay?" And that's it. Then to figure out the rest, I use the Zone diet, which it meets your caloric needs based off of what you need, but it keeps the three macronutrients pretty balanced. So it's I don't know, I'm not gonna, that's too much. So I say 200 grams of protein. To find out his carbs, I divide that by 7, multiply it by 9, and I get 260. All right, then to figure out his fats, I take that and I divide it by 9 and I multiply it by 1.5. I get 43 grams of fat, okay? And this is where we start, okay? I keep him on this for a month. At the end of the month, we reweigh, we remeasure, and we adjust if we need to. That's it, okay? You just do that over and over and over again until you get the body composition that you want, okay? So some things I wanted us to know when we're doing this is just what each one of these does, okay? So our protein is only responsible for repairing and recovering our muscles, okay? So we go to the gym, we get a sick bicep pump. What do we want to do to help rebuild those little minuscule tears we just created? We want to eat some protein, okay? Carbohydrates, they fuel daily functions. So getting up, walking around, anything where our muscles aren't being strained or we're not completely sedentary, we're using carbs. Excuse me. Then fats. Fats fuel the strenuous activity. And this will change from person to person, but strenuous activity, your heart rate, your resting heart rate should be at least doubled, okay? Yeah, so those are the three macronutrients. Something else we need to think about when we're doing this, okay, is why I'm a huge fan of people new to this, getting a scale and weighing their food. Weigh your food, weigh your food, weigh your food, okay? Is because a lot of people often underestimate what they eat, okay? And they overestimate what they do, all right? On that's on something else. But if we are not, so we have tools to calculate this, right? And they're somewhat accurate. You know, smart watches, heart rate monitors, or even things on our phones. They're pretty good at measuring this. Not perfect, pretty good. But we can make this perfect. Okay. Because if we eat, 200 grams carbs, 200 grams of protein, 260 grams of carbs, and 43 grams of fat, we can measure how many calories that is. Okay, and we have our variable for calories in. Okay, we don't even have to know what this is. Okay, if we track our calories in over the course of a month or 2 months or 3 months, and watch what the scale or our measurements do, then that's all we have to adjust. Okay. Now we need to account for when we work out, right? Because our exercise should not be an effort to burn more calories. Our exercises should be an effort to build muscle, endurance, strength. So we do need to eat more to account for that energy that's being used. But at the end of the day, it's calories in versus calorie out game. Okay, you track this, you monitor it, and you adjust it as you need to. Okay, that's it, guys. I want to make this because I get asked over and over and over again, how do I lose weight? How do I gain weight? And this is it. Okay, so this changes the body weight, right? If we want to start changing body composition, then we need to add resistance training. We need to add endurance work. We need to add hypertrophy work. So this just moves the scale. Okay. How we carry what the scale says is determined by the activities that we do. Okay. That's it. Thanks, guys.